The 2023 season for the NFL is gonna be a wild ride, with a new crop of superstars ready to take the league by storm. From young quarterbacks like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, to veteran stars like Aaron Donald and Patrick Mahomes, there is no shortage of players to watch this season. But who are the top 10 NFL players of 2023? Well, that's what we're set here to find out. And in this video, we're going to look at the players who are poised to have a big year, and we'll give you our picks of what we think are the top 10. So make sure to watch until the end of the video. Number 10, Chris Jones, defensive end out of Kansas City. Kicking off the list, we've got none other than Chris Sack Symphony Jones, the defensive dynamo that quarterbacks have nightmares about. Seriously, this guy doesn't just collect sacks, he arranges them like a masterpiece in a gallery. With the 2022 regular season as his canvas, Jones painted a career-high masterpiece of 15.5 sacks, effortlessly claiming the title of Sack King amongst defensive tackles. And when the playoffs rolled in, he wasn't done just yet, as he added 2 more sacks to his collection, leaving offensive lines in desperate need of a do not disturb sign. Quarterbacks were sending him frequent friend requests, and not because they wanted to, but because they had no other choice, as the Sack Symphony waits for no one. Imagine being so dominant that the Pro Football Focus awards you the throne of interior defense. Jones strolled right in, grabbed the crown, and rocked it with style. 4 consecutive Pro Bowl selections? Well, that's just another day at the office for somebody who treats quarterback takedowns like an art form. 3rd place in the Defensive Player of the Year race might not be the crown jewel, but Jones wears it like a badge of honor. A sack artist? Absolutely. But Jones just doesn't stop there. He's like a multi-tool on defense. Number 9, Micah Parsons, the linebacker out of the Dallas Cowboys. At number 9, we've got Micah Parsons, who's a versatile linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys that can play inside or outside and is a threat to make plays all over the field. Stopping the run? Well, that's like asking a fortress to let you in. Parsons is a wall on legs, a defensive Picasso who creates turnovers and nightmares with equal finesse. And he's not just a rising star either. He's already the NFL's radiant comet, blazing through defenses like a heat-seeking missile. Back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year runner-up, you say? Well, that's like getting the silver medal for wearing a cape. In his debut season, he didn't just arrive, but rather he exploded onto the scene, claiming the title of Defensive Rookie of the Year like a boss. A versatile marvel, he defies convention, lining up anywhere to dismantle opposing strategies. Sacks? Well, he's collected them like trophies. Quarterback hits? Painted them across the field like an artist with a wild brush. Forced fumbles? More like forced fates, as Parsons becomes the puppeteer of turnovers. So when 2022 rolled around, numbers soared like fireworks. He had 13.5 sacks, 26 quarterback hits, and 3 forced fumbles. And each stat was a standing ovation to the last, a testament to his elevation from newcomer to dominator. Parsons, a masterpiece still in the making, proves that accolades are just stepping stones on his path to gridiron greatness. Number 8, Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. Next up, we got Josh Allen, who's a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, and he is a physical specimen indeed. At 6'5" and 240 pounds, he's got a cannon for an arm and can make all the throws, and he has the mobility to escape the pocket and make plays with his legs. He's led the Bills to 2 straight AFC Championship games and is easily one of the most exciting players in the NFL to watch, and he's only getting better with time. In 2022 alone, he threw for 4,407 yards and 42 touchdowns with just 10 interceptions. And he also rushed for 763 yards and 8 touchdowns. Number 7, Tyreek Hill, the wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill is a wide receiver for the Miami Dolphins and is by far one of the most dangerous players in the NFL. He's known for his blazing speed and his ability to make defenders miss. Hill is a threat to the scoring game every time that he touches the ball. It is a nightmare matchup for opposing defenses. In 2022 alone, Hill had one of the best record seasons of his career. He caught for 111 passes for 1,239 yards and 9 touchdowns, and even returned 25 punts for 297 yards and 2 touchdowns. Hill got named to the 5th Pro Bowl and was selected as a first-time All-Pro. Overall, Hill's a dynamic player that can change the game in a moment's notice, and is a threat to score from anywhere on the field, and is a major reason why the Dolphins are considering to be a playoff contender in 2023. Number 6, Joe Burrow, the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Next up, we got Joe Burrow, who is a most excellent young quarterback in the NFL. He's a dual-threat quarterback that can beat defenses with his arms or his legs. Burrow is accurate and makes good decisions with the ball, and is even a great leader, along with helping the Cincinnati Bengals become a playoff contender. Burrow came into the NFL with a lot of hype after winning the Heisman Trophy at LSU. He has lived up to the hype in his rookie season, throwing for 4,611 yards and 34 touchdowns. He also led the Bengals to the playoffs, where they did end up losing to the Tennessee Titans in the wild card round. In this season alone, though, Burrow took another step forward, where he threw for 5,250 yards and 34 touchdowns, leading the Bengals to the AFC Championship game, where they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Burrow is only 25 years old and is already one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He has the potential to be a Hall of Famer and is the reason why the Bengals are a rising team in the AFC. Number 5, Travis Kelce, the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Travis Kelce is a tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs and is one of the best players in the NFL for good reason. He's a matchup nightmare for opposing defenders, and he has a great receiver and good blocking game. Kelce is a 2-time All-Pro and 5-time Pro Bowler, and has led the NFL in receiving yards by a tight end not once, but twice. Number 4, Nick Bosa, the defensive end for the San Francisco 49ers. At number 4, we have Nick Bosa, who is a force on defense for the San Francisco 49ers. He's got a pass rushing game who can get to the quarterback in a hurry, and is also very good at stopping the run. Bosa is a physical player who is not afraid to mix it up in the trenches, and is very intelligent and has a great understanding of the game. Bosa was drafted 2nd round by the 49ers in the 2019 draft, and has made an impact ever since, racking up 6.5 sacks as a rookie, and following that up with 12.5 sacks in 2020. Best of all yet, he ended up getting named the NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year in both of those seasons. In 2021, Bosa confirmed to be one of the best defensive players in the NFL, with a record 15.5 sacks, which was good for 2nd in the NFL. He also had 21 sacks for losses and 2 forced fumbles, and got named to the Pro Bowl as well as first-team All-Pro. Number 3, Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts is a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, and dude, he is a big play threat. He can make defenses look so confused, they're going to need a GPS to find their way back to the huddle. And guess what? This gridiron showman has taken the Eagles to the playoff party not just once, but twice in his rookie and sophomore seasons. And he isn't just stopping at the playoffs. Nah, he's got way bigger plans. In his 2nd rodeo as a starter, he had turned the Eagles into a powerhouse, dancing his way to the best record in the entire league. And guess where that dance floor led? Yep, you guessed it, the Super Bowl showdown. MVP talk was buzzing around him like bees to a honey, and he landed a silver medal in the race, which ain't bad for a guy who's even scared of taking a plate of buffalo wings. But here's the jaw dropper. This dude ran like he stole something, and he rumbled his way into a mouth-watering 760 rushing yards and 13 touchdowns. Number 2, Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings. And number 2 on our list, say hello to Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver extraordinaire for the Minnesota Vikings. This guy is like a touchdown-seeking missile. You blink, and boom, he's in the end zone doing a victory dance. Deep threat? Oh, you betcha. Short passes? He turns them into a highlight reel adventure that leaves defenders scratching their heads like they're solving a Rubik's Cube. In 2022, he skyrocketed to the top of the record charts, putting up yards and receptions that made him the 6th and 7th wonders of the receiving world. Remember that one season where he ended up playing better than a kid hopped up on candy? Well, it ended up earning him the Offensive Player of the Year title, and wait for it, he finished 5th in the MVP voting. Lastly, number 1, Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. At number 1, we have unarguably one of the best players in the NFL, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, the one and only Patrick Mahomes. This guy's got a quarterback style smoother than a buttered dolphin sliding down a rainbow, and you'd better believe he's making defenses cry salty tears every time he slings that pigskin. Mahomes doesn't throw passes. He orchestrates symphonies of touchdowns. And his arm, it's like a cannon that sends footballs in orbit like they're auditioning for a role for the space movie. MVP awards, well, he's got more than you can shake a stick at. And if that's not enough, he somehow managed to win a Super Bowl on a sprained ankle. I mean, seriously, who does that anymore? Oh, that's right. The guy who's got highlight reel after highlight reel of being the best quarterback ever.